that have really been magnificent and gotten us through this. We couldn't do it without them.
Where do you find at this point, after the second diagnosis, where do you find the strength do you just look at him and say, his attitude is unbelievable? Because it is. I mean, I was over there talking to him, and he is just full of light, and we're talking about all the things that he loves, the things that he loves to do. It's inspiring.
It is. Will and I say, Dalton's okay, we're okay. Because he does. He keeps moving. He told me one day, why be negative? I just need to be positive, and that's what he does. And you have said that.
And recently, Dalton had surgery.
He did. August 28th, 5 days before school started, Dalton went to DC and had an above-the-knee amputation. He looked at his doctor that day and said, I want to go to school, first day of school. I said, okay, you have to be able to walk and be out of pain. By George, he was. And he walked into school on the first day of school with all of his peers, on crutches and a backpack on his back.
You're amazing. Backpack was very heavy.
The backpack was
and
heavy.
Your doctor is here, Dr. Pegram. You treat a lot of patients here at CHKD. I'm sure you've come very close to these families. You know, you forge this friendship, this bond that can never be broken. What can you tell us about Dalton and about his family and just about the strength in this young man?
No, Dalton's just a trooper, right? He doesn't let this put him down. Look at his face. Look at his smile. I mean, he just keeps going. Okay, you're going to take my leg off? Okay, I'm just going to be an Olympic swimmer, perhaps, right? Swim team. I'm going to go to school. How many days was it after surgery? 5?
5 days.
5 days after surgery. And he's got his new leg that I just got to hear about and saw a picture of, right? That's got a lemur on it.
What did you name your new prosthesis?
Larry.
I mean, come on, it doesn't get better than that.
That's pretty cool.
And do you think, that positive outlook, it's not just, again, CHKD treating the disease, treating cancer for the second time, you're really treating the whole family and their spirit. I mean, that's what you guys do. That's what this team behind you does. Child Life, Rob, everybody. And I think that's what makes this hospital so special.
Right, because you just have to rally around them and help support it. And it's not just one person. It's not just the doctors. It's not just the nurses. You think of doctors and nurses, but you forget about child life specialists and, child life specialists, chaplains, pharmacy. Couldn't survive without my pharmacy. My pharmacy staff, who happens to be very, very close to this family as well, right? Like, we can't do our job as a whole village of folks that it takes to do it. It takes a whole team, and you really get to know the family well, and just kind of what works for them as far as information, and when it's too much, and when, and that's why it's good that people have two parents, right?
Yeah.
Because they have to divide and conquer, so sometimes I get to see Dan, sometimes I get to see Mom, and it's not very often that I get to see Mom and Dad, and especially his sister, all at the same time.
I know, Rachel.
Right, because they really have to divide and conquer, because they have to keep living the rest of their life. And so our job right now, this sounds terrible, but look at this kid, right? The cancer occurred in his leg. We were going to be very aggressive and, do things surgically, but he also has to have chemo again, which is why right now he doesn't have any hair, and he knows it well. And so he's going through chemo, after the surgery. Surgery alone was not going to be what takes care of this, right?
Yeah.
And he's just got such a good outcome about it that we're just very optimistic.
And you've got a huge support system around you. You guys have had friends, family members, like you said, church, school. You guys have raised how much?
Kate, I know it was over $5,000.
Over $5,000.
Because we were over there, and I think you were expecting me to come up and talk to you about your cancer. And we talked about everything, but we talked about your love for animals, and how when he grows up, that's what he wants to do something with animals. So much that he has a lemur on his new leg, named Larry.
Larry the lemur leg.
Larry the lemur leg. He loves baseball, loves the Dodgers. Sorry about the Dodgers, by the way.
What about your football team? Are they performing a little better?
No.
Who's your football team?
The Giants.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Got that cat on the field the other night.
We're going to beat the Jets.
Yeah, well, we'll see about that. You never know.
I don't if you don't mind, Dalton, I'm going to pass the microphone maybe to your dad back there. You know, your wife was saying earlier about you never thought it would be you. You know, you hear these stories all the time about children diagnosed with cancer coming down to CHKD, fighting it, just in it for the long haul. What can you say to our listeners out there about CHKD and the treatment that not only Dalton has received, but your family as a whole? You know, again, because you think that's not going to be me, and now it's you. What can you share with our listeners?
Well, sure. You think about your child has cancer. People come up to you and say, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. That's so unfair." And you walk in the clinic. Every time I bring Dalton to clinic, you say it's unfair to all these kids sitting here. There's a whole room full of people that it's unfair to. But hopefully it doesn't happen to your kid, but it did happen to ours. And from day one, I remember one of the first questions I asked Dr. Pegram here was, "Are we in the right place? Does CHKD handle this, or should we go somewhere else to a hospital in a bigger city?" And she said, "Absolutely." And I did a little bit of research. I'm not that bright, but Dr. Pegram assured me we're in the right place, and we've talked to some other doctors, and they're just an awesome facility, awesome medically, and then the staff here. Jen said commented that Dalton was in remission. We did not miss coming to CHKD a couple times a week or sleeping here or all the fun stuff. But we missed all those guys standing over there supporting us: Michelle, Rob, Hannah, Tricia, the child life staff. The hospital is just awesome. When you come in here and it's smiles and hugs and high fives, and you only talk about the bad stuff when you have to. But they really do a great job of supporting the family. They have a big sibling program. Rachel's come and toured the hospital with Dr. Pegram, so they're just great here.
And Jen, your necklace says hope. The necklace that you have around your neck right now. What do you hope for your 10-year-old son, Dalton?
Just hope for that he achieves what his mind sets to it. He wants to walk with that leg and run with that leg, he will do it. Just hope that he lives the life that every 10-year-old wants to be. As an adult, he stays right here with us.
Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you, Dalton.
Thank you.
And Big Sis, too. Thank you for being strong back there as well.
Team D.
That's right.
Let's get the phones to ring
Let's
for
go.
Team D.
6